So I'll answer that in two ways. First, I think that one of the most common things that I hear from people after they've been to Israel for the first time is they read the Bible differently. You open it up, you've been there. So people say you get to read the Bible in 3D because in your mind you can picture it. Now, I would add something to that, since I'm kind of a math person. I would say you get to read the Bible in 4D. Now, the fourth dimension is time, And when you come to Israel, you're not just getting a picture of that which is in the Bible, but you're stepping into the Bible. Because God's story that He's writing in Israel is not done. It's in process. So when you open up the Bible now, you can picture it, and you are part of that story because you've been here. I'm sure the Spirit can be part of it from other places too, but there's really a blessing for having been there. And that's really my second point, is that when God said to Abraham, I will bless them that bless thee, that is an irrefutable, it is a promise that cannot be undone. It is consistent. It is absolute. It is as sure as the chairs that we're sitting on, that when you bless Israel, you will be blessed. Now, coming here, when you're leaving, are you going to carry in your hearts that you have blessed Israel? You should. Do you know when you come here and you buy a hotel room and you spend some money and you're kind to people, and maybe you pray and you pray for the nation, and you pray for people, and you have blessed this place by coming. So you have an absolute guarantee from God that you will be blessed. Some people see it right away, their blessing. But don't worry if you don't see your blessing from Israel right away in your life. Don't worry. It's coming. And you know about the principle of sowing. When you sow seeds, if it takes a long time for things to come up, it's better. It's bigger over time. So if you go back and you see a blessing, praise God. And if you don't see a blessing, expect that you will get the benefit of having come here and blessed Israel. I have seen this played out in so many different ways, in so many different lives. And I'll just give you a quick example. It's not for mine, but a friend of mine, he came over to Israel for the very first time. He was a business guy. He was leading a couple hundred people at a business, and he came over, and the secular Jews that he was coming over, one of them said, you really got to stay an extra day and tour the place. Don't just come over here and come back. And he didn't want to, but the guy twisted arms. All right, I'll stay. So he stayed, and one extra day, and he took a tour. And on that tour, something happened with the tour guide, changed his whole career. You want to know what it is? Tour guide was talking about the tour he was on was a multi-language tour. They had multiple people that knew different languages, so the tour guide had to speak in German and English and Portuguese, and I don't know what all the languages were. And somebody raised their hand and said to the tour guide, "Wow, how do you do this? How do you speak, in all these different languages and cover all this?" And you know what the female tour guide said back to the guy? She said, "The languages, that's the easy part. The hard part is learning the history. It's learning what to say." And that shift caused him to think about this organization he was leading, and that he was looking at his problem from the wrong direction. And it's when he saw that, the Spirit of God showed him that he needed to flip his problem around and look at it from the other way. He said, I know the answer. He went home, he implemented it. That company was very successful and grew in sales significantly because of that idea that he got. He stayed one extra day to take a tour of Israel and came up with an idea that changed his company. That's just one story. That's just one story. That's just one story. But and see, your story is just as exciting, will be just as exciting to you as that story was to that guy.